I did the math. How did I do that? So I took 32 divided by 8. Divide by 4. I really have a hard time telling you what I did. Let's move on to this top that I have on. It is the Knockout Crop Top by Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches. And I used a fingering weight wool yarn that came with a Christmas Advent calendar. It was the full skein that I opened on December 25th. And the Advent calendar was put out by Reggie at J Hook Crochet. And I don't know all the specs on the yarn. It is a fingering weight wool yarn. It may have some nylon in there, but that was an Advent calendar from 2022. So as I said, I don't have and I don't remember all the specs on the yarn. But anyway, it is a beautiful colorway. I don't know if you can tell if I get up closer. It does have some speckling glitter in it. In fact, every yarn in that Advent calendar did have a sparkle, not speckle, sparkle to it. And that's what I use to make this Knockout crop top. So I pretty much did the pattern as called for in the tutorial that Jennifer put out on her channel that I do have linked in the description box below. The only thing I did differently was that instead of one round of double crochet, I did 2 because I'm using fingering weight yarn, and I also added the 2 rounds of double crochet on the sleeve. I did talked a little bit in the previous videos how I did the math and tried to figure out the row count, stitch count, that I changed up a little bit because I am using a thinner yarn. This is a DK weight or sport weight yarn. It's a sport weight yarn that I am using, and the pattern calls for DK. And so because of that, I've had to do a little math and figure all that out. But this is how far, I'm going to stand up and show you how far that I have done or have gotten. So I made the medium size, although for the number of rows, I followed the extra large size. But I would have made a small had I used the yarn that the pattern called for, which was, I think it was a DK weight yarn, and this yarn is thinner. And I went down a hook size, a full hook size, and so I had to go up to making the medium. And because of, well, that's because of the stitch gauge and because of the row gauge, I had to follow the extra large row counts. But anyway, I'll show you the back where it hits on the back right there. There is no short rows done on the back. And yeah, I love the little raglan detail and the detail on the sleeve. So very happy with this pattern, the way it turned out with the yarn from Knit Picks. Really, really soft and lovely on the skin. And let's get started with the Oversize sweater from Olga Poltava. And I will link her video tutorial in the description box below. But I showed you that I finished the back panel. And so here is the back panel. And oh, I lied. That's not the back panel. This is the back panel. There you go. I gave you a sneak peek of the front panel, but there's the back panel. And so the shoulders, a little bit, make sure I'm doing this right, a little bit of a dip for the back of the neck. and the other shoulder. The ribbing is built in, so as you crochet this way in rows going across, you add the ribbing straight in. So when you make the panel, you're pretty much done with the back. There may be a border that you add around the neck area, but the bottom is done. And I have done this much on the front panel. So the dip for the neckline is a little bit bigger. You leave 6 stitches. I did one shoulder, the neckline, started the next shoulder. Here is what I have done so far. I have finished one hexagon and I have got it hooked up here at the shoulders. This is my sleeve. So I have finished one hexagon, and just to give an idea, that's what it will look like when I get it, or at least half of it looks like. The sleeve will be folded up. There will be a trim put around the sleeve. I might extend the length of it. I'm going to put it on, try it, and see. And there will be some added, like a band added up here. I might actually add a couple rows to make it a little bit wider. I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm going to trust her process, which all goes by measurements, not stitch counts. So I love the way this yarn has worked up. It is beautiful, just enough that you can see the pattern, but I think it will be great as a neutral. It is pink, but as a neutral piece for me to throw on over, even if I throw it on over a top that's got some pattern to it, flowers, stripes, whatever, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to throw this on over any top that I might wear. And I liked it so much that I have already, and I want to make sure that no stitches come out. There you go. I have already started on my second side and almost done for the sleeve length. I do 13 rounds, which is what's in this side for the sleeve length, and then I can start just doing 5 of the sides. So yeah, I got started on that. So next week and maybe even the week after, I will have more progress that I will update you on with this cardigan. But come join in. We'd love to have you join the party. If you want to find out who else is involved in the Hexi Cardi Party, we're all using the hashtag Hexi Cardi Party 2025. You might also want to search on Hexi Cardi Party without the 2025 and see if you can see other people that have done it in the past and what patterns they use. There's plenty of patterns and tutorials out there to choose from. And so love to have y'all join us. Well, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you watching and sharing and giving videos a thumbs up, all the things that you do. I most especially appreciate the comments below and getting to connect with you all more and more. So yeah, I'll leave a list to my monthly makes in case if this is your first time watching and you've been watching Boujee Crochet Wearables and haven't seen the other podcasts I put up. I'll leave a link in the description box below or at the end of this video as well. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, y'all.